Hey there. Firstly, I'd like to thank you so much for following Xena's journey and being a part of our story so far. And I wanted to take this opportunity to share some updates on Xena and the world of e-commerce and generally what we have observed in the last few weeks. First is the evolution of listing management. We decided to launch a product called Xena Foresight with the goal of fulfilling or resolving a pain point that we observed for the millions of e-commerce brands, which is listing optimization. Listing basically means the product title, images, and descriptions. And the challenge here is one, to create listings that make a particular product or a brand stand out in the crowded marketplace, such as Amazon, Walmart, and even e-commerce sites or platforms like Shopify. The second challenge is to have the ability to continuously improve these listings on these platforms based on the data that gets collected along with changing consumer trends. This has been a major challenge, and the solution so far has been to use manual labor to try and optimize listings, create new ones, and spend a lot of time and money in doing keyword research, in doing a lot of tasks which are required to optimize listing. So Xena Foresight is used to do the entire process, the listing creation, listing generation, and optimization in a fast, easy, and readily accessible format. So we launched a couple of weeks back. We have over 200 users now, and we have got amazing feedback. And of course, being an early stage product, we have had a few bugs that we had to resolve. One example is that in certain situations, the listings that were generated were in Spanish, and we realized that there was a bug and we fixed it. And so thanks to the wonderful support of the community, from our existing customers, from the new customers who came in, it has been quite exciting. And in the coming updates, I would love to share more anecdotes on the feedback that we received from customers and the changes we have done along the way. And on our Xena 360 side, our managed services side, we have had a lot more. We have signed 5 new customers last month, which was pretty exciting. And as we have gone along, we have obviously increased our fee structure to match with the increasing cost and increasing value that we have been able to provide. And still, it is extremely competitive, and we have not received any pushback because of the fee structure in place. And we have not lost any customers in the last 2 months, which is, I think, a good sign for us, especially in the e-commerce field where customer attrition is a big issue for e-commerce SaaS companies and agencies in general. So we have been able to maintain that. Some of these customers are in categories such as paper bags, which is kind of interesting, and bath products and home products and so on. So we have been able to gain that as well. So I'm very glad that we are able to do that. Going forward, we will be continuing to refine the type of customers that we want to onboard, especially for us 360 customers. And we do want to spend more time in fine-tuning and enhancing the features, usability, and marketing for Xena Foresight, for which we think there is a much more potential. And plus the advent of large language models and AI, we feel that Xena Foresight has much more potential in terms of scaling, in terms of customer acquisition. It can also be used as a lead magnet for our 360 services, or Xena Foresight in itself can be such a powerful tool that it could potentially make Xena into a unicorn company. The third is fundraise. We have about 7 to 8 months of runway as it stands right now. We have invested heavily in research and development, product development, and hiring. But thanks to our overseas team and the team here, and also the responsibility that we have taken, we have been very lean in terms of spending. And thanks to the increasing customers, increasing ARR, which is over 500,000 at this point, we have been very fortunate to be in a position where even though we are burning money and even though there is a runway ahead of us, we are very fortunate to have enough flexibility to try out new things, launch products, and at the same time make sure that our current customers are getting more and more value every single month. We do intend to raise a bridge round in the earliest so that we may be able to expand our experiments, invest more in R&D, and invest more in the dev team so that they can create incremental improvements in the existing products, while at the same time they will be able to create more cutting edge products that do not exist right now. And as we collect more data from our ICPs, or what we think are our ICPs, we can continue to improve on it and make it better. So we'll soon be fundraising as well to make sure that we enable that. We'd likely be raising somewhere around $1 million as a bridge, so that once we hit that growth trajectory, we'll be in a very strong position in terms of the metrics like ARR and retention and acquisition efforts, that we'll be able to raise a strong Series A, hopefully in the next few quarters. Fourth is the hiring plans. Like I said, fundraise is a very important aspect for our hiring, because we don't want to be in a situation that we are not able to hire anyone new, hire anyone who can help us take Xena to the next level, and miss out on that opportunity to try more things because we are not able to raise funds. With the 6 to 7 months runway, I think I'm on the conservative side, and I know the amount of responsibility that I have towards my team. I want to make sure that we do not make any decisions that puts that in jeopardy. And hence, the raise would be good, especially with our hiring plans, where a couple of our data analysts had left to pursue future studies or higher studies. And so we were able to replace them in the Indian team. And also the leadership team has been quite intact and driving forward the growth of the whole organization, and has given me a lot of time to pursue things like putting out more content, reaching out to more people, and building videos like this, which does take a lot of time. But thanks to my team, I'm able to do this outreach, reach out to more people, and expand the influence that Xena has on this world. Which leads me to my fifth update, which is a lean, mean machine. One of our investors, Joe Magyar from Seaplane Ventures, had mentioned that one of the reasons he invested in Xena is because of the lean structure, because we have strong connections back in India, where we have a team in place which is able to be extremely efficient. Even though all of them are being paid above market rates for India, we have been able to build a robust team where they have been able to work and exceed the expectations, which otherwise would not have been economically possible to build a similar system in the US. But as we go along, we plan to be more agnostic towards geographical location. So if we find a person in the US or the UK or anywhere in the world, we would want to be in a position where we can onboard them to Xena, so that Xena can become become the magnet for high performing talent regardless of where they are. The next update is the R&D. So like I said, we have been very, very passionate about innovating our product. So Xena Foresight is not just a listing optimization tool. I see it as a much greater potential than it is. Now, thanks to the advent of AI-generated image generation tools like Midjourney, it is just a matter of time before someone figures out a way to put together the correct prompts, to get the correct APIs, to create product images which are high quality, which cost next to nothing, and it's created based on the data that we collect. So our idea is that, including text listing, product title listing, feature listing, I believe soon we'll have enough capabilities to even optimize product images using AI, and it'll cost next to nothing for our customers. As Xena, I strongly believe that having the image optimization or image creation capabilities can potentially help us create a very strong revenue stream for us, because I know people pay tens of thousands of dollars to create product images to enhance them. Right now, if we have the capabilities to do that with next to nothing, I think that'll be a very, very strong revenue source for Xena and a source of growth for our customers, since the images that are created would be optimized, would be improved, with evolve with time, with next to no manual effort needed. The next push that we have done in R&D is expanding or moving away from just Amazon. We have been focusing on Amazon because it's a massive market, a lot of money involved, easy growth potential, easy potential to implement tech, and so on. But we are consciously trying to expand into other marketplaces, other platforms like Shopify and Walmart. I strongly believe that Amazon, Walmart, and Shopify would be a very strong starting process, where customers can now do all the listing optimizations and storage in one place like Xena, and they can easily connect to all these other platforms, and they can easily use that to optimize their listing. And hence, diverse from just depending on Amazon or Amazon brands. I think that could be quite a strong, powerful tool. And for the long-term sustainability of Xena, I think it's important to not be dependent on one platform, but expand. And to be fair, the logic that we used for listing optimization, the backend algorithm remains more or less the same. The need for optimizing listings, creating images remains the same regardless of which platform you are in. So thanks again. That's been the update for Xena. I'm very glad with the way that the industry is moving, with Xena is doing, with my team is going, and with my customers are going. And I just thank again all of you for your support and for your trust in me.